You want them to spend their money? No, you will have Mommy, you want to have sex with them?
As an effective way to get people to see issues through new eyes, drama has proven to be very popular in the Pacific.
Okay, now you agree with them. You know, you got to market the style.
Issues such as HIV and AIDS, gender-based violence and human rights have all been effective topics for dramas to facilitate dialogue on difficult or controversial issues throughout the region. Drama allows for sensitive and even taboo subjects to be portrayed with both humor and seriousness. It creates a way for the underlying causes of these issues to be exposed so that they can be discussed and understood, which may result in behavioral change.
It's often hard to find the entry points or how to ignite these conversations. And we felt that drama was a way that we could just start something, ignite sort of like this conversation within the communities.
The potential of using drama in this way is one reason why Stepping Stones uses it to help initiate changes in attitudes and behaviour within communities.
The Stepping Stones has within it a lot of drama, role play. It's not intended to be a lot of writing. It's actually a very creative tool. And in the Pacific, if you're working in community development, people love role playing and acting up, and humour. And so this is an opportunity to take that just a little bit further.
Stepping Stones is a worldwide phenomenon. As its name implies, Stepping Stones is a step-by-step process that is undertaken in a community to increase communication and mutual understanding on issues important to that community.
Opportunities for participants, what's our look at the level and looking values at the level.
Stepping Stones was initially created as a tool to discuss issues of HIV and AIDS, but it also addresses the underlying conditions that lead to the rise of HIV and AIDS. Conditions such as ignorance of sexual health and attitudes of gender bias and gender-based violence help create a breeding ground for the growth of STIs and HIV.
It's not a HIV package, it's a communications package, it's about development, and so for me that's definitely been the growth with Stepping Stones, given that we can all start documenting and profiling the great impacts and changes that have happened.
During the Stepping Stones sessions, participants actually begin to question their own violent or risky behaviour, often for the first time. And often they commit to making a change in their behaviour.
And the idea behind Stepping Stones is that it's more a communication tool than a HIV tool, because if you can reduce conflicts within community, then you can actually even sort of stop the HIV spread or STI spread.
Through better understanding and communication of these issues, the rising tide of HIV and other sexually transmitted infections can hopefully be stemmed. In the Pacific, the Stepping Stones process uses drama in the form of skits and role plays as a useful way to get communities to examine issues of importance. These short, tightly packed dramas provide an entertaining and sometimes an eye-opening way for men and women in a community to express themselves and to present their own perspectives and ideas for how they could act differently to reduce risks. The foundation of the Peoples of the South Pacific International, or FSPI, is the organization currently responsible for implementing the Stepping Stones program in Pacific Island countries. The training and capacity building of national level facilitators to coordinate the various communities using Stepping Stones is an important part of FSPI's technical assistance role.
there has to be some sort of organized government structure.
In 2010, FSPI developed the project linking HIV and gender inequity to develop specific dramas that will help sensitize and train these national facilitators, particularly on issues of gender equality. FSPI engaged a dramatist who was a male advocate for gender equality to create 2 short dramas. These were designed to generate discussion and particularly for the male facilitators to help them see the issues of rape and domestic violence through a woman's eyes. The dramas also challenge traditional male attitudes and behaviour.
Hey, come on, it's me, come on, don't be like that.
The drama that the team developed on rape highlights not only the horrific nature of this act, but also the attitudes and blame that are targeted at the victims of this crime, who are mostly women.
He saw her with a t-shirt and a long sulu.
Yeah, okay. Now, trust me, okay? I have my very reliable sources.
We're all tired, Mary. We're all tired.
The domestic violence drama tells the story of anger gone out of control within a private family situation.
You know what? If only you were like my mother.
Your mother? I am not your mother.
Shut up! Shut up! My mother? My mother? My mother?
I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm sorry!
The drama also shows how the attitude of others and their reluctance to challenge the violence actually contributes to this crime.
You know what I think? Mary should just shut up, know her place in the house, and stop dictating children. Can you see that?
The audience sees how children in violent families can also become victims, who can then potentially become violent themselves as the cycle of violence often continues into the next generation. A small team of actors were recruited to portray the various roles in the drama. For these non-professional actors, the roles required considerable personal adjustments to make the roles believable.
The character Simi is so much different from my own.
Hi, Nala.
So stepping into those shoes, it's kind of scary, and especially my co-partner who plays the woman who's getting raped, she's actually my partner in real life, and so that's really hard. Doing stuff like that to, just throwing her around, because you have to make it look real, and it's just really, it's really hard.
And once I got over my little dramatic self and got all real about it, I realized, no, this is what needs to happen. The negative, the not so pleasant needs to come out so that people realize this is not some blanket where you can just cover it. It has to be uprooted. It really has to change.
The actors playing the various roles lead lives not much different from others in the community. And yet they have to take on roles where they must play rapists, wife beaters, and victims.
No, but it was really good. Even Ben, personally, I hadn't experienced it, or I hadn't seen it in my own family, and so playing a character like that had such an impact on me. I stepped into those shoes of those women who actually go through it, and then I finally realized, man, I have been so ignorant all this time, just hearing about it and then being in that situation. I couldn't stop.